to Why We Love. My name is M. Joshua, and today we are playing the Banner Saga. And I've just been given the privilege and honor, I know that's a little bit too strong words, to be able to share with you one of my favorite games of this year. This is called, I already told you it's the Banner Saga, you already know because you clicked on it, but I gotta show you why this is one of my favorite games, and why we love it is because it's a redemptive, there's so many great redemptive qualities. Everything could be easily summed up in this screen alone. This is a let, and this is rook, and that is a dredge. Dredge we don't know a lot about, and we don't learn a lot about them throughout the whole game, but we do know one thing. This is the father, that's his daughter, and this is a game about desperation. There's something about being able to put yourself in the shoes of a desperate person that's just, there's not a lot of opportunity to do that in games, because most of the time you're playing as overpowered, superpowered so-and-sos. Even in games where you're playing as disempowered characters in, say, horror games, you're not really empathizing with the main characters. But in this game, we get to experience a little bit of an empathetic perspective. So, I could click on my portrait to see a little bit of Rook's characteristics and abilities, but at this point, all we know is very, very little, because this is not the very beginning of the game, but in my personal humble opinion, this chapter 2 is where the game should begin. So we're just going to start him a little bit back here, and give him just enough room for this enemy to close the distance. And as he closes that distance, I'm going to make sure, as you can see, I roll the spot where Alette is going to go, and you can see on the dredge where as I choose a spot where she will be in range, that it starts to glow. So we're going to move her close enough for the attack, and all we want to do right now, all we can do, is drop its armor. Armor is super duper valuable to drop down, because only when the armor is low do you have the ability to hit hard. Or actually, you always have the ability to hit hard, but only when the armor is low do you have the opportunity to hit through. And the combat in this game just has this ferocity that is unlike any other game that I know of. So we're just going to start with a combination attack here. I'm going to move Rook over here, and he has this Mark Prey, which is really, really valuable attack, which combines all the characters that are within range. So we're just going to do that. Oh, that didn't work this time for some weird reason. I am not sure why. Alright, well, we're going to move Alette out of close proximity to the enemy, and continue to drop the armor. The enemy is still hitting pretty hard, but as the strength goes down, we'll be able to cause a lot more damage. Alright, so 4 is really, really good, so we're going to smack the crap out of him with Rook's arrows. One of the nice things about Rook is that he has ranged and close proximity weapons. And Alette, she is only good from range. So we're going to move her back a little bit. And we're going to... Now, by marking this thing, I'm using some of the will, which is this little thing over here. That's my willpower. So we're going to hit that. And this is going to be a punishing blow, smacking the thing into oblivion. And we are in victory. Our renown grows. Was that a dredge? Alette looks calm, but you can tell her heart is about to beat right out of her chest. It was. Let me see. Are you hurt? No, I'm fine. So, I don't know if the appropriate rules of Let's Play videos are to do voices for people. Maybe I shouldn't do that at all. Okay, you can read what it says at the bottom of the screen. I have this temptation to read it. Sorry. Blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry. I gotta do it. Don't run. Let me think. Alright, this is where the choices come into play, very adventure style. If you're familiar with The Walking Dead, these are decisions very similar to The Walking Dead. I love how harrowing these choices are, because you're risking lives, and you never know if your choices are going to result in the life or death of someone. But since this is early in the game, I personally think that it's safe to hurry up and try to gather all the supplies. So we're going to try to collect all the supplies and just keep running for it. Alette calms the ox while you frantically toss supplies in the cart. More dredge emerge. You manage to get the cart moving again. Alright, so we are moving again. We got all of our supplies back. Supplies are so important. Alright, and we are in Skogar. Or we are arriving in Skogar. There's a little tiny bit there. And I just absolutely love the animation in this game. The artwork in this game is absolutely beautiful. And anytime that anyone talks about this game, they gotta talk about how beautiful the sound is, or the art is, or all those things are absolutely top-notch. And I could go on a rant about those things for a long time. But the things that I really, really love about this game are, like I said, the empathetic desperation of feeling like a refugee, feeling like a father who's just trying to get by and care for his daughter. And there's been a lot of commentary in the game's journalism.
To see the dredge with my own eyes. What happened in the north? Already we see more between the trees as we approach our home, and Alette grips my hand tight. We must find Ivor.
Sorry, I have a tendency to interrupt things and not know when the voiceovers are going to kick in. Here we are. This is the Oregon Trail side of the game, which I really think does it adds nice calm before the storm, and the storm of the battle sequences. I mean, you just saw the simplest and most unharrowing of all the battle sequences in the game, and I think you can still feel the tension there. Now, there's going to be a lot of dialogue in the town, but I'm going to blow through a lot of it. Ivor is a Varl, and Varl are giants. He's a giant in this world, and oh man, the dredge are coming. Everyone is very, very upset about it, and this guy wants Alette to come, but she's going to stay. She wants to stay and help, but I can decide whether she goes or do I let her fight. I'm definitely going to let her fight, because how is my daughter going to learn how to fight unless I bring her in with me to battle, even if it risks her life? I know it's crazy, but it could save her life in the long term. So Ivor is great because he's not only huge, but he's a shield bearer, and he can just, if you put him in the middle of battle, he just takes all the enemies aggro, and can be a great scenario for that. And I'm sorry, I'm getting really excited just talking about this because I love this game so much. All right, so we can go to the houses and we can talk to people, and set up our turn order. There is a battle ensuing. Rook, I always want to go first. Alette third. Egil, I'll have him go third. Here we go. We're going to go straight into this. The dredge are showing up, and so it's time. It's time. It's time. Alright, so as we were going to go into this battle, I'm going to set Ivor up in the middle. Or actually, you know what? I realized I used to call my buddy's favorite band, Bon Iver, Bon Iver, because I thought it was pronounced that way, because that's how I see it spelled. But since this is an Icelandic, or not Icelandic, but a vaguely Scandinavian setting, I believe that Ivor is actually appropriately pronounced Iver. We'll see. We'll see. Alright, so I gotta set up this battle here. We're going to set this up. I think getting right into the thick of things is not a bad place to go, and you create a nice little defense grid there. I think always good thing to create strong defense. Actually, I can cause 3 damage straight off the bat. I'm just going to go for it, not even worrying about his armor. Alright, this is my big threat. Alright, so where do I want to put Iver? Do I want to put him next to the big one or the little one? Alright, we're going to put him up next to the big one, and we're just going to go straight for it. Now I'm going to try to fly through this battle as quickly as I can, try to keep it as interesting for you as possible, because this game does take some really, really long battles, and it doesn't really pay to be reckless if I'm being completely honest. Actually, let's see, I'm going to make him 7. Alright, I'm going to try to see if I can set this up in a nice little combo. Smash this guy a little bit. Has a good amount of damage. This one's coming up, and it's nice thing that they're all going straight for you there. Alright, 4. I'm not going to be able to get that much damage with her. But I do maybe want to see if I can get him. Alright, let's see here. This is a good spot for her, because she's in range of all 3 of those guys. So we're going to pull straight for this one. I think I need to... I need to smack into some of this armor up here. Alright, let's see. He's going to be going next. And as you can see, there's a little grid over here that tells me who's going to be going next. And Rook is in a position to cause a lot of damage in a lot of different ways. Let's see, what is the order on that one? He is going to go after this guy, so I think I'm going to be able to kill him. So I'm going to take Rook and send him after this thing, and I'm going to mark him. Alright, hopefully this does a good amount of damage. Yeah! Alright. All sorts of damage there. Fortunately, the game seems to be taking it nice and easy on me. Alright, I get to pull 5 there, 10 here. Alright, I don't want Ivor to get all the damage, because once that armor runs out, he's going to start taking damage to his health. So 3 is pretty good, but 2 more armor. This is a hard choice. Okay, again, speed chest, Josh. So we're going to go, we're just going to pull all the life out of him that we can. One of the cool things about falling in combat is that you don't die in this game. You're just wounded for a little bit, and the woundage has its own penalty, of course, that character no longer is a benefit in battle. But the interesting thing about this tactical game versus other tactics games is that the more the battle goes on, the less damage everyone does. And I think that this is completely authentic to the experience of being in battle, because battle is not the glitz and glamour, but it's down to the walls and down into the horrors of just everything going wrong. So we're just going to see if we can break this armor a little bit more, so that this is a promised guaranteed hit next time around. Uh-oh, Ivor is starting to lose some real health there, so that is not my preferred approach. But we're going to make sure this one dies, and then we're going to have a clear shot taking these 2 out. And Ivor is starting to take a lot more damage than I want him to. Alright, so let's see this guy. We can do a lot of damage either way. And I just use my horn, which adds another willpower. Ivor is getting beat up, man. Alright, so I think that this one's health is going to be low enough that I can cause a really nice chunk of damage right here. Bam! Son. Okay, Ivor's going to take some more damage, and Alette, do 3 here. I want Alette to get the most experience points that she can, because she's the weakest in the battle right now. And she is going to be with me for the rest of the game, for sure, for sure. So that's going to get a promotion. And this doesn't deal in the traditional EXP, and even though Ivor is down, fortunately he'll be available in the next match. It's one of the sucky things about the knuckle drag-out approach to the battles here. But actually, we're going to see if I can cause some serious damage through. Yeah, that is what I'm talking about. Okay. So smack this up here, and I don't know if I want him to get this, because I don't know if I can save this guy. If I can save him for the rest of the game. So you know what? I'm going to pull him off to the side. I'm just going to stonewall him, which means he just takes up a little bit extra defense. And Alette, never hurts to give your weakest character the most experience out of the battle. And that is what I'm talking about. There we go. Victory is mine! So, game's giving me a little message of difficulty. So thank you so much for watching the Banner Saga. There is so much more to this game, but this is personally my favorite point to jump into the game. Now there is a lot of choices, a lot of decisions that come up throughout the game, but I'm not going to get into that right now. I'm just going to close out this episode. So this has been an episode of Why We Love... I don't know who the we is. I'm just using we as the royal we. I'm not royal. I am Josh. I'm just M. Joshua. But this has been Why We Love. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for when we go into another game that we absolutely love that has redemptive qualities. Thanks again. Goodbye.